Supernatural rains have flooded Turtleback Ferry, a village near Fort Rainier. Things get even worse when the nearby dam of Skulls Crossing bursts, spilling the legendary terror Black Maggot into the village. Save everyone you can before the monster consumes everything. Alright, so here we are at the beginning of Here Comes the Flood. Now this is a very weird and unique scenario because we're not actually fighting a villain or henchman, really. It said that place the villain Black Maggot face up next to the Blessing deck. Shuffle all of the cards in the henchman list into a single stack and then deal 3 into each location deck. Well, the henchman stack consisted of 4 Nightbelly Boas, 4 random blessings, and 4 random allies. So we shuffled them all together and then we put them and separated them into these 4 piles. I don't know. Then it says, at the start of each turn, select a random location deck. Random, because this whole scenario is full of randomness. And put its bottom 1d4 cards face down under Black Maggot without looking at them. When you acquire an ally, put it under this card. When there are no cards in the Blessing deck, if the number of allies under this card is at least equal to the number of allies under Black Maggot, you win the scenario. So, given the fact that there's so many allies, it's looking like we need around 6 allies to be able to win this. If we don't acquire around 6, we lose. So we're going to list this as number 1, 2, 3, 4 location. We'll use the D4 to determine randomly. And then, of course, roll it again to see how many of the cards are going to be placed under Black Maggot. So, you want to go first or second, hon?
Were we going to read the locations?
Sure, go ahead and start with the woods.
In the woods, undefeated monsters other than villains or henchmen are banished. And when closing, succeed at a Wisdom or Survival 6 check at the village house. When attempting a check to acquire an ally, you may instead recharge a card to automatically acquire the ally. When closing, banish a card from your hand.
The Academy says on your first exploration on your turn, if you encounter anything other than a spell after the exploration, you may explore again. When closing, succeed at an Intelligence or Arcane 6 check. When permanently closed, shuffle a spell from your discard into your deck. Then the Turtleback Fairy says at the end of your turn, you may move. When closing, banish an item. When permanently closed, on closing, draw a random item from the box. So,
okay.
I'm going to go to Village House. I'm thinking possibly the Academy too, just because...
Yeah, we could probably get through that one kind of quickly, so try that.
There is definitely one extra ally that's in the Turtleback Fairy. It's just that I feel like with the Academy, given the fact that you get to do the explore, we need to explore fast.
I'd like to get through the deck quickly, right?
All right, so you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, so I'm going to flip this for you. When get a chance, go ahead and flip over your... let's move this down a little bit. And then when you get a chance, go ahead and roll the D4, and we'll determine which location. So it'll be location 4, and don't roll a 4 again. And you roll a 1.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's a good start.
Taking 1 card. It's probably an ally. So, all right, Black Maggot has gotten his first card. Now, Kerwin, go ahead.
Blessing of Desna.
An Intelligence Arcane Divine 5. What's your Intelligence Arcane Divine?
My intelligence is a D4.
Well, you need a 5, so there's no way that you can increase that, right?
No.
All right, so that's just going to go away. But the good part is that it does say on your first exploration on your turn, if you encounter anything other than a spell after the exploration, you may explore again.
So I'm going to get to explore again anyway.
In a sense, it's like you got to explore again.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so a Sanctuary. I don't think that this is going to be necessary for us to even worry about picking up. It's a Wisdom Divine 6. But,
I'll just roll the dice.
Well, all right.
I got it.
Okay, good for you, I guess. All right.
Discard this card to choose a character at your location to evade a monster. Yeah, I really didn't need that.
Well, I was trying to tell you that, but you wouldn't listen. That's okay. So, okay, I'll flip over my card. I'll roll the D4 to see which location. It is number 3, right where I'm at, and 2 cards. Whew. Man, it just seems like he's going to be eating them up so fast. I mean, he's going to at least get 1 every round, where we possibly will get 1.
Yeah,
no
you're
guarantee.
right. We gotta...
Hey, well, at least I started off good. It's a Giant Badger. He's a Wisdom Survival 8. Now, the good part about the Village House, it says when attempting a check to acquire an ally, you may instead recharge a card to automatically acquire the ally. So, I will recharge my Longsword, +1. And Giant Badger will go under this card up here. And we have now gotten our first ally.
Woo.
Good start. Now I'm going to use my monkey. I'm going to discard him to explore my location. And it is a Nightbelly Boa. Now it says he has a combat 14. If undefeated, return the Nightbelly Boa face up to the top of this location deck. Defeating the Nightbelly Boa does not allow you to close this location. So, okay, whatever. I will use my Great Axe. And that will give me, it says for your combat check, reveal this card to roll your strength or melee die plus 1 d12. So that'll give me a d12 plus a d10. And keep in mind I have a plus 7, so I'd have to roll a 7 with these two.
Yeah.
So why don't we go ahead and recharge the Great Axe, and we'll add an additional d10 just to make sure I do definitely defeat him. So, all right. And I did. So the Nightbelly Boa has been defeated. But he doesn't allow me to close the location. That kind of stinks. And I will stop there because I don't have any weapons. So.
Okay. I have got a hand chopper.
It'll chop your hands faster than anything you've ever had before, folks. I tell you what. Watch how I chop up this hand.
If defeated, you may draw one random weapon, item, armor, or spell from the box and add it to your hand. If undefeated, you are dealt 1d4 combat damage. Discard one card from the top of your deck. Well, I don't want that to happen. So it's a dexterity disabled 12.
Which you're usually good at dexterity, so...
yeah, my dexterity disable is a plus 5. I roll a 12. Let's see if there's anything I can do to help that along. No, not really.
Well...
Okay.
It's not the end of the world. And you... passed it.
All right.
So it says that you may draw one random weapon, item, armor, or spell, your choice from the box, and add it to your hand. So you want an item, weapon, or an armor.
I'll go item.
Okay.
I got a potion of healing.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
But now I...
what are you going to do with it? You can explore again. Use your blessing.
Explore with this blessing of
And then you'll be able to hopefully get it right back.
Okay.
If you wouldn't have got that stupid spell, that would have been the only card in your discard pile. Just saying. So. Oh, hey, wait a minute real quick. That was your first exploration on here anyways, right? That was your first time? The Academy says that on your first exploration on your turn, if you encounter anything other than a spell, after the exploration, you may explore again. So you automatically get to explore again.
Okay.
Then use your blessing. So. All right, a Wand of Scorching Ray. This is an Intelligence Arcane 8. Are you okay to let this go, or are you going to roll for it as well?
I'm going to let it go.
Yay! Okay, now you can explore again.
Okay.
A Major Cure. Wisdom Divine 8.
I cannot get it.
What's your wisdom?
It's a d6 plus 1.
Nope, not going to happen. So, okay, that will go away then.
Okay.
All right, so it is back to me, right? So I'll flip over my card.
Well, I could do my potion of healing.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do that first.
Banish this card and shuffle 1d4 random items from your discard pile into your deck.
4. So you got all of them. So
Yay.
you got your spell. Yay! All right, so here I'm going to roll for the location, which it'll be your location, and the bottom 2 are gone. Gobble, gobble, munch, munch.
Those are mine.
Yeah, let's hope they were spells. Okay, so now I will explore my location. It is a treasure map. And an Intelligence, Knowledge, Wisdom, Survival 6. If defeated, examine the top card of the location deck. If it is a boon, you may add it to your hand. If undefeated, you may banish this barrier. So it's an Intelligence, Knowledge, Wisdom, Survival. Well, my Intelligence is a D6, so if I roll a 6 with that, then I will pick it up. I don't really want to waste a blessing on this, though, I'll tell you that. So, and I did not get it, so I was 1 off. That means that if undefeated, you may banish. Yes, I will banish. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to use my Blessing of Torog to explore again here. 8! Alduran Foxglove.
Right.
So that is another one. So if I recharge a card, which I'll recharge my Flaming Mace, because it says when attempting a check to acquire an ally, you may instead recharge a card to automatically acquire. So Alduran Foxglove goes underneath there as well. I wish they would go into your hand so you could use them to explore. I mean, that would at least help. So that will end my turn. So go ahead.
Got a Blessing of Iomede and
yes!
an ally, a merchant.
Okay, let's go back. Now go ahead and roll for your location.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And
3.
it is 3. It's my location.
Yeah, 1.
I pulled two allies out here already.
3. Sorry.
It's at least I pulled 2 allies
Yeah.
out. I mean, I feel like if we pull 2 out of each one of these locations, we're gonna win. That's the thing.
Okay. Well, there's
And here we go.
1.
So it says Charisma Diplomacy 7. Man, if you would have had your Crown of Charisma, you would immediately be able to pick her up.
Oh, well, I have the Blessing of Iomede.
Which,
So my Charisma is a D6, so I get 3 of them.
there we go. Just so you know, before she rolls, we did put the Crown of Charisma back into Carmen's deck. And I did take back the Belt of Giant Strength. And you did get her, so fantastic. Put her underneath the pile. And you get to explore again.
Yes, I do.
So if you could find
I
another
love this
ally, that would be
location.
really great. Yes!
Another ally!
Okay. So, well, that goes away, but I've got mine. So,
Okay.
it's a Charisma, Diplomacy, Intelligence, Knowledge, so I will use my Blessing of Iomede
And
to
I
give
get
you
3d6s
3d6s.
again.
Come on, honey. Boom.
Oh,
You just
wow.
did get it!
7.
Oh my god! So,
Yes.
great work. He
Oh.
goes underneath there.
Man, that would have been terrible.
Wow,
Okay.
we're doing great. So you're all done, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and draw back up. And then my turn. Let me roll for my location, which is 2. That's where you're at. And a 4, which that may drain it. That's it. No more there.
Okay.
So, but you pulled, what, 3 allies out of there? I mean,
I
you
at
went
least
through that
pulled
location
2.
quick.
I know that.
That was great. All right, so I've pulled 2 out of here. There's 3 cards left. I'm thinking maybe I should go here, hon, because I don't think we've pulled any out of here.
Yeah.
What do you
yeah,
think?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Ah! Yes! Okay, it's Meister Grump, and he has a Charisma Diplomacy 7. Now, this isn't a guarantee. I only got my Blessing of Callistra that I could add to this. So I will go if I've got a D6 for my Charisma, and I do have a +2. I'll use my Blessing of Callistra so that I could add another die to it. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we got him. So that's another one that's under there. So at the end of your turn, you may move. What if I move? Let you come here, so that way, if you encounter a monster, you're not you're not with me to.
Oh, good idea.
What do you think? Okay, so I will just move over to here, and then go ahead and let's flip your card. Go ahead and roll your D6
D4.
or
Yeah.
D4. It is my location again, and it is
That's
done.
it.
So, okay.
Okay. We've already flipped my blessing, right?
Yeah.
It's another ally.
Okay, excellent. So she is a Wisdom Perception 6 or Charisma Diplomacy 7. I don't have any blessings.
Oh, no.
So, unfortunately, I don't know if you're...
I can evade my encounter?
Ooh, that's not a bad idea, just to shuffle her back in.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to get her.
I agree with this, because if you can't get her, there's no sense in just letting her pass. So
Yeah.
go ahead and evade her.
Okay. And then I'm going to use my holy candle.
Holy candle.
You bury it. Roll a d6.
3.
3 from
so
the
3
blessings.
from the blessing, go back in.
And now I really need...
You need cards.
something
Get rid of
here.
some of those and try to get your owl. Well, he let you explore your location, right? Yeah, so I would get rid of something. Yeah,
I'll
to
discard
try to...
him and explore again. Why not?
I agree 100% with that.
Wait. No. That's not a good idea because I
You
just
may
had
bump
to
into
evade
her.
her. Right.
Okay.
So
Well, she is going to be tough for us to get. What we need are blessings to hopefully add to our checks. So.
I'll get rid of my longbow and my snakeskin tunic.
Okay, then you're going to draw up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can move because you're at the end of your turn. There's no sense if you don't want to, though.
Should I?
No, I don't know. I'll head over here, though. And then, so let's flip my card. There's nothing here. It's gone.
Yes.
So, fantastic.
That is good.
So,
Okay.
now I will... It is a Faceless Stalker. Combat 12. Before the encounter succeeded a Wisdom 7 check, or the difficulty to defeat the Faceless Stalker is increased by 2. If undefeated, the Faceless Stalker deals no damage. Instead, bury the top card of your deck. Okay, so I'm not too worried about that. I will use the Impaler of Thorns. So that will add a D8 plus a D10 to my check. And it does give me a +2. Then I will recharge it, which will decrease him by 2. So that 2 that he would get, because I can't do the Wisdom 7, it's going to put him back down to a 12. Okay?
Okay.
So he will be a 12. And I have a 9. So as long as I roll a 3 with these 2 dice, which I did, that defeats him. So no big deal there, right? Easy, easy, easy. So there's only there could be the snakes, which I don't think we need to worry about. I'm just going to stay here, okay?
Okay.
So, well, I'll tell you what. I will move. Just never know, right? So let's flip that over for you. And let's roll your... Come on, a 2 or a 3, a 2 or a 3, a 2 or a 3. Yes!
2!
Man, we are rolling, Carmen. Okay. A Blessing of Zarangel. Oh, we haven't had this before. Constitution, Fortitude 6, or a Divine 5. Can you even do that?
My Constitution is a D6.
If you get a 6, be great. And you got a 4. Close. All right, so that will go away. Are you all finished?
I'm going to explore again with Poog.
Okay. Another ally. This is a soldier. Strength melee 8 or charisma diplomacy 6.
Okay.
You do have a blessing, which is good.
Well, my strength is a D8. My charisma is a D6. So what do you think? Does it make any difference?
No, it's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah,
okay.
So use your blessing, though.
Definitely, sure. Yeah. It's going to add 1 die.
Okay. Come on, Carmen. 5, 6, 7.
7, yes.
And you went charisma, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because you rolled, D6s. Okay. Excellent. So that's another one. So you all finished?
I believe so. I'm trying to decide if I should go ahead and discard something again, because blessings seem to be what we need.
Okay. Well, you also have your Crown of Charisma somewhere buried in your deck, too. So, all right. So I am going, let me think.
I got it.
You know, there's not... I don't know. I mean, there could be allies here because we shuffled randomly, but we know that one girl's still here. So I'm going to head back over here.
Oh, the one that, yeah.
So here I go. 3. Nothing happens. So, Carmen, we are rolling, man. I'm telling you. Falling Bell. A Dexterity Acrobats 10. Each character at this location encounters this barrier, which I wonder what Marisol will do. So, if a character succeeds at the Wisdom or Perception 10 check, the difficulty of her check to defeat the barrier is decreased by 4. If the character defeats the barrier, it deals 1 combat damage dealt to her. If a character fails to defeat the barrier, it deals 1d4 plus 1 combat damage dealt to her. Banish this card. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to roll or anything, so I'm just going to roll for the combat damage, which is a 1. My half plate, it says here, banish this card to reduce all damage dealt. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. It just says recharge this card to reduce combat damage dealt to you by 3s, which does cover all that if I recall.
Is that combat damage?
It says it's combat damage. It says combat damage.
Oh, really? Okay.
If a character fails to defeat the barrier, it deals 1d4 plus 1. So it was 2 combat damage.
Okay.
Combat damage, yeah. So that would get rid of this card. Banish it. Now I will move back over to... I'll move back to here just so...
Why?
Well, because if you encounter a monster, you're going to be by yourself.
Well, why not move here?
Oh, I don't want nothing bad to happen to me. So 2, which is there, so nothing bad happens. Let me flip your card. Now you can flip your location. And it is her this time. Evade. Oh, Crown of Charisma! Crown of Charisma! Yes! Yes! So that did.
Wait, is it a diplomacy?
Charisma diplomacy. Yes!
Okay.
Yes! And she is like freaking awesome looking.
Okay, well, I don't specifically have diplomacy, though. So I would have to roll 2d4s.
Honey, please read your whole card.
Recharge to succeed at your diplomacy. Okay,
there you
got
go.
it.
So she automatically, because of that, you guys rock, man. We would not have put that back in her deck if you guys didn't say something. So fantastic. That came in handy big time.
Should I explore again?
I think we're fine. I wouldn't sweat that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to flip this. Here I go. It is 1. And... Ooh, 4. You know what? I think we've got them all out of here, though. Honey, we've gotten, what, 3 of them out of this area here? I don't know. I think we've done great. I'm just heading over here.
Okay.
So let's see what I can find. A door spike. What is it with me and freaking... what is it? It's a...
Dexterity, Disable, Wisdom, Perception 12.
Okay, well, I've got my Masterwork tools here. It says, reveal this card to add 2 dice to your Disable check. Recharge this card to defeat a barrier whose highest difficulty to defeat is a 14 or lower.
Well, there you go.
I'll recharge that. And then, does it say...
Nothing happens if it's defeated.
Okay, so it just goes away then. All right, and I will stop, so I'll draw up, which good. I drew my sage. So let's flip your card, roll the die. And nothing happens because you rolled a 3. Man, we are doing so good. A Cloak of Elven Kind. My goodness.
Ooh.
Okay. A Dexterity Stealth 5. Huh.
Then I automatically get it.
So there you go. A Cloak of Elven
All right.
Kind. To you. It's kind of cool. But
It is cool.
I don't know if you're ever going to use it. Okay. So are you all finished up?
Well, I could use my blessing to
Just go ahead and see what the last card is. Let's do it. And it is a Wand of Scorching Ray. So unfortunately, at least we know this location has nothing left. So the Wand of Scorching Ray will go away. And you can move if you want at the end of your turn. But it doesn't matter. You can move at the beginning of your turn too. So
Okay.
all right. So my turn. I'll flip over my blessing. Let's roll for this. It did roll a 4.
No.
Yeah. And 1 card though. So man, we are getting so freaking lucky.
That snake is on a diet.
You on a diet. You on a diet. What was that on Finding Nemo? Remember that?
Yeah. I knew that was on something.
All right, a Nightbelly Boa. He is a combat 14. If undefeated, return him, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's use my Sith. It says, for your combat check, reveal this card to roll your strength or melee die plus 2d4s plus 1. So I'll get 2d4s plus 1. You may additionally discard this card to add an additional d4. Then at the bottom it says, if any d4s on this weapon roll a 4, basically they count as a 5. So I will recharge it to get the additional d4. Or do I even need to? Yeah, I'll do it anyways. Because I do have a 7, that'd be 8. 9, 10, 11. Gosh, I don't think I need to. I'm just going to hang on to it. The reason being is because the Sith is going to add 1. I've already got 7, so that would be 8. I'm going to be rolling 2d4s plus a d10, so that would be 8, 9, 10, 11, that I'm guaranteed that I'm going to get. So, and then that counts as a 5. Oh, God, I only rolled a 1. So, okay, let me count this up. So that'd be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, and then I get to roll this 2 more times. 15, 16, 17,
There you go.
18, 19. So, he has been defeated. So, I am now going to use my Sage to explore this location again. And I've come across an Enchanter. So, she's a combat 8. It says the difficulty to defeat the Enchanter is increased by the adventure deck number of the current scenario, if any. So, that would make her an 11. Before the encounter, the Enchanter deals 1 force damage to you. Okay, well...
Can you use your shield?
I'm just going to use my Medusa mask. And it says, when you encounter a monster, you may display this card and put the monster atop it. The monster is neither defeated nor undefeated. At the end of your turn, put the monster on top of the... So it goes right back up there, and then I bury this card. So it says before the encounter, she deals the 1 force damage. So I believe I still take that damage.
Okay.
Well, because it says when you encounter the monster. So I'm going to put her on top of there. And then... I don't know. I should just probably beat her up, you think? Yeah, I'll just beat her up because she will be banished because of the woods. So, okay. So my 1 force damage. I will use my shield. It says reveal this card. It's combat damage. Jeez. Okay. Now I will fight her with my Sith. And I will recharge it for 3 d4s. And then I get a d10. So let's see what happens. And then I got my Belt of Giant Strength, which I forgot to use last time. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 total. So she is defeated. And then I am going to take another damage from her. So I'll use the Medusa mask to absorb that damage because it's another fire damage to me. I'll keep the Belt of Giant Strength, and good God, that was a lot to deal with. My turn is over, so... Alright, let's flip that. Go ahead.
4.
Oh my God, are you serious? 2
2
cards off the bottom? I think we got it. I really do. I think we've got this one beat. We've gotten way too many. So, alright.
Okay.
Hello, Marcel.
Hello. Recharge this card. Choose character at your location to recharge 1 random card from his discard pile. I choose you.
Choose me, huh? I've got 3 blessings in mine. What do you got? And then I've got 2 allies.
I have 2 blessings, and then I have, I have 3 blessings, and I have Poog.
So I have 5 compared to your...
Yeah,
so
we're about the same.
Let's see if I get something good.
I guess you're a little better.
I got my Medusa mask.
I didn't need that.
Nope, sure did.
Alright. Did you flip my blessing card already?
I don't know, but I'll flip another one for you if I didn't.
How's that?
There you go. Doesn't matter.
Okay, each character at an open location summons and encounters a Goblin Raider henchman. What's
a Goblin Raider henchman do? I don't even remember. I mean, is this something that we're just going to laugh about?
I am.
He is a combat 8.
I have evaded him.
Seriously, I'm not even going to fight him. He's only a combat 8.
You don't even have to fight him. Okay.
So what happens to this then? Does it just go away?
Yeah.
Alright, so that was it?
Yep.
Alright, so I will flip this. Let's roll this. It is a 1, so nothing. Flip that. An Ogrekin. Alright, so this is new. When you encounter the Ogrekin, roll 1d4. So, okay, I will just start there.
You rolled your dice before that?
Yeah, okay. I did. I got a 3. It says that he may not be evaded. Well, I wasn't going to evade you anyways, Mr. Ogrekin. So, okay, so that's it. I'll use my Civ. I'll use my Belt of Giant Strength, which will add 1. So I got a 7, 8, 9. I will roll the d4 twice. I'll roll the d10, so 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, okay. Yep, he's beat. I mean, it's just gravy. Okay, I'm going to use my Blessing of Iori to explore again. A longsword. A longsword. Definitely a longsword. That's what I wanted. So that's going to be banished out of the game. Alright, so I am all finished. Carmen, roll the die, roll the die, roll the die.
Well, where'd it go? Here it is.
1, so nothing.
Potion of Glibness. I think it's a basic, so it's going to go bye-bye.
Okay. So, alright. Bye-bye. Alright.
I do have a blessing.
Yep, do it. This is the last one.
Over with.
Poop. It's a sneak. Difficulty to sneak is the blah, 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 blah. So you could pretty well beat him, right? So he's going to end up being a 12.
Okay.
So,
boop.
How many cards you got in your discard pile?
In my...
What? Yeah. How many cards you got in your discard? You got 5?
1, 2... I got like 7 or 8 cards in my
just curious.
deck.
The only reason I'm asking is because it doesn't matter if you win or lose to him. So, okay. It says, before the encounter, succeed at a Wisdom or Perception 8 check, or discard 1 card of your choice. So, you gotta do that first.
Okay.
Alright. So, he is a combat 12.
Okay, so I'll use my longbow, which uses my dexterity plus my strength. Okay, plus 1. And I'll just...
Now, you got an additional d4 plus 1 because you're fighting in my location.
Oh, okay.
So, 3, 6, 7, 8.
9, 10, 11.
You rolled an 11, so you took 1 damage.
Okay.
Weak sauce. Alright, so that would end the game. So go ahead and count up our allies underneath there, and then I'll count the ones out of here.
Okay, let's see. Got
3.
7.
Woo! Whooped it! Alright, so...
These are our allies, you big fat snake punk.
Yeah, it does... big fat snake punk. It does say that we get to keep the allies, so that's awesome. Griffin Gaming, from new releases to pre-orders. Griffin Gaming. Enter in promo code GRAYELEPHANT for 5% off your order. Alright, here we are. We are separating our cards, so let's go down. Weapons. I have my 5 weapons right, or 6 weapons actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will set them aside. Carmen, you got your weapons?
4, yes.
Okay. Next, spells. Neither one of us can handle spells, so good thing you had that spell that you decided to
I know.
grab.
I should have just banished that from the game.
Who told you to do that?
I know.
Maybe this guy?
Well, you didn't tell me to banish it from the game.
Well, it's because you were like so fast at rolling. You should have given me a second.
Occur to me.
Alright, next thing, armor. So, I have my 3 armors here.
My snakeskin tunic.
Okay. Next we have our items. Now I have 3 items, so, and that's what I'm actually at. I know I didn't mark it correctly on the card, but I changed it to 3 items, so what do you got?
I have 7 at the moment. I'm supposed to have 6.
Okay, well, let's look over and see what you got. Okay, so you need to get rid of one.
Yes. And
Okay.
I gotta tell you what, I don't know how beneficial this is in the game, but it's a Cloak of Elvenkind. That's
Which is
a
kind of cool.
It's a Marcy Playground song. I must have it.
What do you think about getting rid of this Sheridan medallion?
I never use it.
Yeah, you never do.
Ever.
Well,
but
it's up to you.
you've got a lot of armor. I've only got the snakeskin tunic, so I feel like I have to hold on to it.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we go through with what we think is definitely necessary, which I think the Holy Candle is necessary.
Yes.
I love this Crown of Charisma. I actually thought that played in. That is awesome. You got to admit, it actually played beneficial to this round.
Yeah.
Carrying it one more round ain't going to kill us.
And my charisma is not very high, so
Okay.
I kind of enjoy having it.
So let's go over what else you got
All
here.
right.
All right. The Staff of Minor Healing, I still think is a good card for now. Let's hang on to it. I don't see a reason to get rid of it yet. Do you?
It's nice, especially if you use it at an opportune time.
There you go.
If you have one good card in your discard pile.
Let's face it, the Belt of Incredible Dexterity is going to add to your combat, so that makes sense to keep something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Masterwork Tools. It's still beneficial to have Masterwork Tools. Would you agree?
Yes and no. I never use them.
Okay. Now, let's put it this way again, okay?
Yes.
Masterwork Tools are doing the exact same thing that the Cloak of Elvenkind are doing. However, you get to automatically succeed at the check versus this one here that just says recharge succeed at your stealth check. Not all of them are necessarily stealth checks, but this one here is allowing you to do the disable checks, which most of the barriers are disabled checks. Would you agree?
Most barriers
Well,
are...
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that.
This
is allowing you to automatically defeat a barrier,
Any
whereas this
barrier.
one's not.
Yes, this is any barrier,
Okay.
whereas this one
It's
will
only stealth.
possibly help with barriers, and
Okay.
it might help with something else.
Possibly. That's why I think this should go, and you should take these two still.
Okay, but it's a Marcy Playground song, so...
Okay.
I like the title of the card. Okay.
Let's do allies last.
Allies
because we've got
last,
so many
because
we
we've
need to
got
go
a bunches.
through.
Okay.
I have my 4 blessings. What
I
about you?
have 5 blessings, so now we're ready for
All
allies.
right, so you can hold how many allies?
2.
All right. Now, we already gave you the one gal. And that's this girl here.
Yes.
And the reason is because it says this recharge this card to add 1d4 to your ranged combat check. Now, let me ask you a question. When you use your bows, is it an actual ranged combat check or is it a dexterity check? Or does it matter?
It's both. Because whatever, where are they? Because whatever it is on your weapon, all
Okay,
of
so
my
this
weapons
says,
are ranged weapons.
For your combat check, reveal this card to roll your dexterity or ranged die. It says dexterity or ranged. So how does that work with her? Because you don't actually have ranged on your character. So you could still roll dexterity. You understand what I'm saying?
I see.
Does
what
she
you're-
actually
Okay.
actually work for ranged if you're rolling for dexterity?
Okay, so the check has the ranged trait, but that does not make it a ranged check.
No, because it says here, for your
Okay.
combat check, reveal this card to roll your dexterity or ranged die.
Right.
Plus your unmodified strength die. So
And I don't have a ranged
you
die.
don't have ranged as one of your attributes on your card, so I wonder, does she actually help you after all?
Okay, well let's compare her to this guy because she's got this.
Islari?
Um,
Okay, so Islari says, during your turn, reveal this card to put the top card of your deck to reveal this card and put it on top of your deck to examine the top card of your location deck. If it's a monster, you may shuffle that monster back into the location deck. After you play this card, roll 1d12 on a 1 summon encounter the same point devil, which we ain't got to worry about that.
Okay.
Now, what does she do?
Reveal this card on your turn to examine the top card of your location deck. Then recharge this card or discard it to encounter the revealed card. So basically, she's letting you discard it in order to explore your location, but it's more than that because you don't have to. You can look at the top card of your deck and not actually...
So which one do you think's better? I think they're both the same.
Yeah,
Pretty
they're
much.
basically the same. He gets put on top of your deck, she gets recharged. That's really the only difference.
Yeah.
I think I like her better. Because there's a possibility that the ranged combat check daily will help me at some point. And you get to actually go ahead and encounter the revealed card, whereas he does not give you that option.
So which one are you thinking, huh?
Her.
Okay. Okay.
And I gotta keep Pook. I like Pook.
Alright, so we're going to let him go then? Because I don't necessarily want him if he's going to... I don't want to take the chance of the Sandpoint Devil.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
That's fine. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I like this Val Timorous. It says recharge this card to add 1d4 to your combat check or 2d4 to a combat check against the monster with the giant trait. I think I'm going to take him. And I'm going to get rid of my Sage and replace her with him. I'm just going to make myself like freaking uber awesome on combat. Alright, so I'm looking through all the rest of them. A Soldier. Recharge this card to add 1d4 to your melee combat check. I'm not going to worry about him. I like the monkey better. Meister Grump. Banish this card. I don't like anything with banish, so just get the hell out of my hand. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to cuss. So everything with banish needs to go. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. It says Brodert Quink. And it says bury this card to examine the bottom 3 cards of a location deck and put them back in any order. If you succeeded in Intelligence or Knowledge 13 check, discard this card instead of burying it. Well, we know that I can't succeed at the Knowledge or the Intelligence 13 check.
Right.
Now, he does still allow you to discard to explore your location, though. And he is pretty cool. I think I would still prefer the monkey over him, though, because the monkey says discard this card to succeed at your check to acquire an item or a weapon. I think I kind of like that.
I'm just thinking that succeeding at checks to acquire weapons is a pretty good deal for you.
Yeah.
You know?
All I know is that everybody watching this is very jealous that I have a monkey and you don't. That's all I know. Okay?
I see the monkey.
So the hardest part for me is to determine whether or not these 2 cards are better than Islari Gandethus. I do like his ability. I don't like the fact that I could possibly have to battle the Sandpoint Devil unnecessarily. So for that reason alone, I just think I'm going to go ahead and let him go. So I'll